1,000 years ago, before Salahuddin Ayyubi rose to fame, another dynasty shaped the destiny of the Muslim world, the Seljuks. They were not Arabs, but Turkic warriors who rode out of Central Asia and built one of the greatest empires of the Islamic Golden Age. And among their followers came a man who would prepare the world for Saladin, Nooruddin Zangi. This is the story of how the Seljuk Empire laid the foundation for one of the most remarkable eras in Islamic history. The story begins in the 11th century, far away in the cold plains of Central Asia. The Seljuks were a clan from the Oghuz Turks, a nomadic people known for their courage and archery. Their leader, Seljuk ibn Dukak, left his tribe's homeland and settled near the city of Jand, close to the Aral Sea. His descendants converted to Islam, becoming passionate defenders of the Sunni faith. As the Abbasid Caliphate weakened, small kingdoms fought over control of Muslim lands. The Seljuks saw an opportunity, not just to conquer, but to unite the Muslim world under a single banner again. Under the leadership of Tughril Beg, they marched westward, defeating rival powers like the Ghaznavids and entering Persia. In 1055, Tughril entered Baghdad, the heart of the Abbasid Caliphate. The Caliph welcomed him as a protector of Islam and crowned him Sultan, officially founding the Seljuk Empire. The Seljuks did not just conquer, they rebuilt civilization. Under Alp Arslan and Malik Shah, the empire stretched from Anatolia to Central Asia and from Syria to Iran. It became a center of learning and culture. One of their greatest ministers, Nizam al-Mulk, established the Nizamiya madrasas, schools that produce scholars, judges, and administrators. These institutions spread knowledge across the Muslim world, preserving science, mathematics, and philosophy during a time when Europe was still in the Dark Ages. The Seljuks also protected Sunni Islam from internal divisions and external threats. They restored order after centuries of political chaos and revived the authority of the Abbasid caliphs in Baghdad. In 1071, Alp Arslan defeated the Byzantine Empire at the Battle of Manzikert, opening Anatolia to Islam and setting the stage for modern Turkey. But after Malik Shah's death, the empire slowly fractured into smaller Seljuk states in Persia, Syria, and Anatolia. By the late 11th century, a new threat had appeared, the Crusades. European armies captured Jerusalem in 1099, slaughtering thousands of Muslims. The Seljuks were now divided, unable to resist effectively. Amid this chaos rose a strong leader, Imad ad-Din Zangi, a Turkic general serving under the Seljuks. Zangi was governor of Mosul under the authority of the Seljuk Sultan Mahmud II. But in practice, he ruled independently. He organized his forces, built alliances, and began reconquering lost territories. In 1144, he captured Edessa, marking the first major Muslim victory against the Crusaders. This victory shocked Europe and inspired the Second Crusade. But before he could continue, Zangi was assassinated in 1146. His legacy, however, did not die. It passed to his son, Nur ad-Din Zangi. Nur ad-Din Zangi inherited his father's lands, Aleppo, and parts of Mosul. He was just in his 20s, but he quickly proved himself a wise and noble ruler. While other Muslim leaders fought over power, Nooruddin focused on unity, justice, and faith. He built mosques, madrasas, and hospitals, emphasizing education and social welfare. He reformed the army, paying soldiers fairly and forbidding corruption. Unlike many rulers of his time, Nooruddin refused luxury. He wore simple clothes, ate simple food, and lived humbly. But he was not weak. He saw the Crusaders as a disease infecting Muslim lands and believed that only through unity under Islam could they be defeated. Nooruddin began uniting Syria, first Aleppo, then Damascus. His dream was to liberate Jerusalem, but he also knew it required more than weapons. It needed discipline and faith. Under him, the Zengid state became strong and organized, while the Seljuk Empire, though weakened, still existed in the east. Nooruddin continued to recognize the Seljuk Sultan nominally, showing his respect for the old order, but in truth, he was building a new one. To understand Nooruddin's role, we must see him as the bridge between the Seljuks and the Ayyubids. The Seljuks established the Sunni revival, rebuilding Islamic governance, education, and unity. The Zengids, led by Nooruddin, carried that mission forward, defending Islam against the Crusaders and corrupt local rulers. And from Nooruddin's court came Salahuddin Ayyubi Saladin, the man who would finally reclaim Jerusalem in 1187. Nooruddin trained, mentored, and supported Salahuddin's family long before Saladin became famous. He even sent them to Egypt, where they eventually took control and laid the foundation of the Ayyubid dynasty. Without the Seljuk system of law, learning, and administration, and without Nooruddin's vision and faith, Saladin's victory would never have been possible. The Seljuk Empire may have fragmented, but its influence lived on for centuries. They shaped the architecture of Isfahan, Baghdad, and Damascus, built roads and libraries, and spread Persian art and culture throughout the Muslim world. Nooruddin Zangi continued their spiritual and political legacy, promoting justice, education, and unity. He showed that victory was not only won by swords but by discipline, faith, and knowledge. When he died in 1174, he left behind a powerful, united Syria and a generation of leaders ready to fulfill his dream, the liberation of Jerusalem. The Seljuks gave Islam strength. Nooruddin gave it direction. And Salahuddin fulfilled its destiny. Together, they form a golden chain, 3 generations of warriors and visionaries who rebuilt the Muslim world from chaos to glory. Their story reminds us that true leadership begins not with power, but with faith, justice, and unity.